All right, the BJP's Amit Malviya has taken on the Aam Aadmi Party, as we just told you. I'm going to read out some of the numbers he shared. He said 1,019 instances of farm fires in the Aam Aadmi Party-run Punjab on the day of Diwali is the reason for poor air quality. It's not just Delhi, but also in all of North India. Kejriwal has failed farmers of Punjab who were expecting 1,000 per acre for their parali. Don't blame Diwali, blame Kejriwal. This is a familiar argument that we've seen coming in from the BJP. But when we take a look at the numbers themselves, because I want to take you to that right now, we'll also be connecting with a colleague, though, in just a second for more details on the entire story. We'll bring you more details because the air quality in Delhi yesterday had inched close to the very poor category. Today morning, as we'd already told you, it was comfortably in the very poor category. But when you compare those numbers to the previous years, there has been an improvement. In previous years, it's been in a much more severe category. Right now, it is only in the very poor category in comparison. Now, the incidents of farm fires have also reached their highest this season, with the numbers that Amit Malviya was sharing with you. As you just saw, there have been about 1,318 incidents so far. Now, SAFAR had also predicted, SAFAR, remember, is one of the institutes that tracks air quality. They had predicted a deterioration in the AQI for a third reason. So we've talked right now of firecrackers. We've also talked of farm fires. But the third reason that they've pointed to is the calming winds and low temperatures, which allow the accumulation of pollutants in the air. They've also said that even if no firecrackers are burst, the AQI will be in the very poor category, and it may even plunge because of those factors that we've just talked about. This is obviously a very complicated situation. There are a number of different causes at play, and it is perhaps, as experts have told us repeatedly on the show, difficult to narrow down on one single reason that could be the cause for poor air quality. This part of the year, though, is typically known for Delhiites as the portion of the year that we have poor air quality. My colleague Shireen Elizabeth joins us live this morning with context on the story. Let's go over to her for more details. Shireen, we just shared with our audiences what Amit Malviya had to say. He's pointed to farm fires as the reason for high pollution levels. Now, obviously, as we were sharing with our audiences, this is a very complex story. There are a multiplicity of factors that are at play right now when it comes to what makes Delhi's pollution the way it is. Could you, A, highlight for our audiences what those factors are? When Malviya has shared these instances of farm fires, what percentage, when it comes to the responsibility of those farm fires in our pollution, do those farm fires actually hold? What do experts say?
Well, not one factor can be blamed for the pollution in the national capital. There are multiple factors that lead to the bad air quality in the national capital. Now, of course, the bursting of firecrackers is also not just one factor. It is one of the factors. We have seen that every year
stay with us,
Diwali,
please. We have the BJP's Amit Malviya with us right now, and I do want to very quickly go over to him because he is the leader who made this tweet in the first place. Sir, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So we were reading out to our audiences what you've tweeted out. And sir, because we've already shared that with our audiences, I then want to take to you a second question. Sir, I want to ask you, as my colleague Shireen was just saying, there are multiple factors that lead to pollution. It's not just one factor. You were pointing to farm fires and pointing correctly that those farm fires emerge from the state of Punjab, which is an Aam Aadmi Party-led state. But the BJP's constant criticism of the Aam Aadmi Party's banning of crackers. My colleague Shireen pointed out that this year, even though the AQI is bad, it's better than it's been on previous Diwalis. To that, sir, what is the BJP's response?
Well, we have to understand that the poor air quality at this time of the year is not an isolated instance.
Right.
It happens every year, and one of the main reasons for it is farm fire. Other than that, there is dust in the air, there's vehicular emission, and there is stranded air, which is responsible for this kind of situation. But for the Arvind Kejriwal government to not do anything to address the farm fire issue, which is the biggest factor, and to blame everything on Deepavali to the extent that you order a ban and ask people who are bursting crackers to be put in jail, including young children, is preposterous. The fact is that this kind of pollution requires a fight at multiple levels. I want to ask Arvind Kejriwal. He had promised the farmers of Punjab that they would be given 1,000 rupees per acre for their parali, because the parali will be picked up by industries who would then use it to convert to energy.
Right.
Where are those companies? Why haven't the farmers of Punjab not been given 1,000 per acre for their parali? Arvind Kejriwal had also said that he had made this magical decomposer and he had distributed it to 300 farmers in Delhi and spent 7.5 crore for advertisement. Why did he not give the same decomposer to the farmers of Punjab, who could have then sprinkled it on the farms, and we would not have this situation? The fact is that Arvind Kejriwal did neither. He blamed the firecrackers for poor air quality. He also went to the extent of banning firecrackers, which is an affront to the larger Hindu community of the country.
Okay, Mr. Malviya, can I just ask you a follow-up question over here very quickly, because I don't want to run out of time. What you've just said, I do want us to take over to the Aam Aadmi Party. So we're going to do that later, because those were particularly relevant points. But sir, I do want to ask you as a follow-up question over here. You started by saying that pollution is caused by a number of different reasons. On one side, as you're talking about, farm fires, very responsible. The other side, as we've just said, firecrackers, and experts have also pointed to that in the past. Sir, I do want to ask you, for residents of Delhi, would it be too much to expect our political parties to come together here on this issue, where when numbers do show that, yes, firecrackers are also partly responsible? We do see a hike every Diwali, and it's very hard to ignore that hike in numbers.
Let's be very clear. We will have firecrackers in Diwali. We'll have to find other ways to address the pollution issue, because Diwali is not the reason for the poor air quality in the 10 days preceding Diwali. So there were no firecrackers at that point in time. So stop assaulting Hindu faith and Hindu religion and Hindu practices. Leave that alone. There will be firecrackers, come what may. Let's find and work towards addressing the larger demon in the room, which is the farm fires, which no political party, and most particularly the Aam Aadmi Party, wants to do anything about.
All right. Amit Malviya, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's go over now to my colleague Shireen for more details on this entire story. Shireen, we just spoke to Amit Malviya from the BJP, and he was pointing out the argument that he was making is that crackers have a smaller part to play. Why is the Aam Aadmi Party not taking action on the larger issue, which is that of farm fires? Shireen, I'd like you here to come in and tell us what it is that experts have had to say in the past when it comes to the issue of which of these factors has more to blame, or do experts just say everything is leading up to this?
Well, there have been multiple reports that has in fact out there by the IIT report or the air control, the board report as well. All of them have been suggesting, because of the geographical surrounding of the national capital, because it's surrounded with industries around, there are industrial areas, the industrial emission and pollution from these places is one of the reasons. Of course, apart from that, the vehicular emission in the national capital is also one of the factors, and the stubble burning from the neighbouring states is also one of the factors. And when the temperature dips, the firecrackers also becomes one of the factors. But of course, is that a major reason is the question that has been asked multiple times, to which the experts have been suggesting that none of them are major factors. All of them are in fact small they have been contributing to the bad air quality index in the national capital, and that is the reason why the people in Delhi suffer. Of course, the stubble burning, we have seen every year it is the same story. We have seen now the report that has come out as well suggests that how there have been over 5,000 cases of stubble burning in Punjab alone, after which it is in fact reported in Haryana. The BJP government has been blaming the Punjab government, the Aam Aadmi Party government, saying that they have not taken considerable action in the state or given alternate solution to the farmers where they can avoid stubble burning and do a alternative solution. Whereas the Aam Aadmi Party has been blaming the BJP government that the centre government has not taken much initiative for an alternative for the farmers. So these are